Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to start my performance with one or two anecdotes, wheezes, and japes. First of all, it's my... I can't believe it. Pantomime's a bit early, isn't it, Humpty? Shit. Look at those legs! You could clean your pipe with those legs. I've seen better legs on our sideboard. That is the funniest costume I've seen in years.
Your razor-sharp wit.
Yes?
It's too much for me.
Oh, is it?
Yes. You've made me feel ridiculous.
Well, you look ridiculous. Look at you. You look like a bell. Anyway, what's this here? E-R-N? Ern, that's my name.
Oh, no. But it is for you.
Is it really?
Early retirement necessary.
Charming.
I am here, Ern, to add dignity to this show.
Dignity?
Dignity!
Oh, yes, that's all right.
It is not often one gets called upon to become a freedom of the city type person.
You mean you're giving me the freedom?
The freedom of the city?
Wait a minute, now let's get this...
Legs, take me home.
No. Wait a minute.
Legs, bring me back.
Let's get this straight. I thought the freedom of the city was always given at the Guildhall.
Not on a Wednesday, it's bingo on one Wednesday. Always bingo there.
So you're going to give me the freedom of the... Is that the key?
This is the actual key.
The golden key.
It lets you in.
That means to say I can go anywhere in the city?
For Nanti.
Oh, that's absolutely right. Mark, give it.
Oh, no.
No?
It's got to be done with due ceremony.
Oh, that's the citation, is
yes.
it? Oh, right.
Whereupon, this day in the year of grace 1976, the following citizen, Ernest Jasper Magnus Conceptor Wise.
How did you find out my name?
I know you're vet.
Oh. Vet.
Is to be granted the freedom of the city. Let those assembled who wish to see this ancient ceremony, let them as one shout, aye, aye. Thank you.
This is a glorious moment for me.
You don't mind them sharing your glory?
No, I want them to share in my glory.
Thank you.
Welcome, friends, welcome. Carry on.
Let the above mention prove his national pride by showing those assembled here that he is wearing attire made from the 4 countries of the British Isles.
4 countries of the British Isles.
I'll let you out, doesn't it? I'll have to go now.
No, wait a minute. There must be something I went. My jacket. Yes, my jacket was made in Peterborough.
Is that in England?
There you are, jacket made in Peterborough.
Right.
I'm on the way.
Let those assembled who have seen this proven shout aye. Aye. Thank you.
Yep.
Anything from Wales?
Wales? Well, let me think. Yes, my tie. My tie. Yes, my tie was made in Wales. There you are, made in Wales.
Thank you.
Abercrombie.
Let those. Who?
Abercrombie.
I thought you said abracadabra. I was going to disappear.
They're taking it seriously, aren't they?
Let those assembled who have seen this proven shout aye. Aye. Thank you. Are you wearing anything from Ireland?
From Ireland?
Yes, sir.
Let me think now. Yes, my shirt.
Your shirt? Have we got proof?
Of course, there it is on the collar.
I can't see that.
You mean I'll have to take...
No, I'm afraid so.
Oh, tumbling there. There you are. Ah, yeah.
Let those who have seen this proven shout aye. Aye. Are you wearing anything?
Well, that's it. What?
From Scotland?
Scotland, no, I'm afraid.
Ah, well, you've had it.
Foils, you are. Wait a minute!
Yes?
I just remembered. I'm wearing tartan underpants.
What proof have we, sir?
Well, look, you can see the label.
I can't see. The glasses are steamed up.
I'm afraid I can't take off my trousers in front of this gathered multitude.
Embarrassing?
Embarrassing.
All that. I will help your predicament.
All right.
Pardon the expression.
It's left me with the predicament, I think. And what? Oh, a screen. What a sensible idea.
And, sir, if you come behind the screen
Behind the screen.
and take your clothes off.
Oh, right. They'll never learn. They'll never learn. There you are, tartan underpants.
Good Lord!
Look at the round of applause.
Are they actually Scottish underpants? They're not Japanese, are they?
They're not Japanese.
They're not kamikaze pants, are they?
That comes later, does it? That's for when I do the sketch.
I see.
Yes.
Let those all who have seen his dignity shout, aye, aye!
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, wait a minute, don't leave me out here like this. I'm freezing.
There's a lot more to go yet.
What's this?
Yeah.
Another
Head in
one?
there.
Yes.
Arms over here. There you are, see. You've got your right arm on the line for courage.
Courage.
Your left arm on the church for God and country. There you are looking at the Bank of England, which you own.
Yes.
There is 11 Downing Street,
Yes.
which will take all your money eventually.
Yeah, that's
Right now. There you are. Anyone who can knock his wig off can have it. Thank you.
I remember when we were with Cliff Richard. Remember we were in the flat, and then we went into the Navy routine, which was the fleets and there, Mister. And in one bit, we all had the mops thrown in, catching, which is a real Hollywood bit, isn't it?
Of course.
And this one hit Eric right in the eye.
You know why, don't you? You know why?
Why?
Because I've got us with the mop on.
Never saw him. He was in disguise.
Do you know what I thought was fantastic about that? It sticks in my memory. The feet in the buckets, bang.
Bam,
You
bam.
like that?
That was his bit.
Oh, that was lovely.
That was his bit.
That was real Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the
was-
things coming together.
I think it was those things as well which
Yeah.
also showed you and Eric
Yeah.
doing things that nobody else was doing in their shows.
Well, we were lucky that we were capable of doing them, weren't we? When you think
course.
about it, that Eric and I could move well enough. We weren't great dancers, let's face it, but we had enough dancing experience
Oh,
and
you were good
ability
dancers.
to make
because
it look.
Let me tell you something. The
yeah.
routines
Yeah,
that I gave you to do,
yeah,
you did better than a lot of the professional dancers that were that were working in shows.
Yeah.
Simply because it was coming from here.
yeah. And
From
they had a
inside the
basic
heart.
tap dance base, and we were tap
Oh
dancers.
yes, great, lovely.
Yeah.
For me, from your point of view, the singing in the rain was great.
Yeah.
People have always said to me, was that a pre-recorded tape of Gene?
Well, I've got the same sort of slightly strangled voice that Gene Kelly has.
Yeah, and the same kind of strangled wallet too, really, I think. You hold on to it tightly enough.
Yes, well, I remember the calculator sketch, which I thought was absolutely marvellous. And it had a good payoff, didn't it?
I forget, remind
Do you
me.
remember the payoff? Well, he came in to buy a calculator, and then so he was working how much it was, and he said, "Well, work it out on the calculator." and he said there's £10 or something for the calculator, so much VAT and so much tax or something, and at the end it came to £320. It was the tag. But I always liked the babies in the pram, the two fellas with the babies in the
two
pram.
nurses.
And I liked the monosyllable remarks. I liked it when they sat there and Eric
Dead
said,
Pam.
I'm not wearing any knickers. And I liked the other one, Kelly and, what was it, the two writers, the 2 poets.
Shelley Byron meets Keats.
Yeah, Byron meets Keats. 2 poets meet, oh, what a treat, you know.
Yeah.
And what I used to like about any of these, which had poetry in them, was that there was always lines like, the firelight flickers. Yeah.
And we didn't have to do the tag.
You didn't say anymore,
that
yeah.
was it, no.
Because they know that about it. In England, the people laugh at knickers and
Yep.
bum, and
Yep.
it's
But it
incredible.
was always clean, though, wasn't it?
Well, it was
Never
schoolboy
any-
level, wasn't it?
It was naughty boys. but
Naughty
there was
boy, yeah.
No vulgarity.
No, not real.
No, I like to call it, to be quite honest,
Yeah.
the whole of Morecambe and Wise humour to me was based on childish innocence.
Yeah,
Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes. Calculator.
Well, we specialise, sir.
Oh, well, I've come to the wrong shop. Could you tell me where I could get one?
We specialise in calculators, sir.
Oh, then I need go no further.
No, of course not. Sir, we've been making electric equipment for over 500 years.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That is fascinating, I must say. Well, thank you very much, and it's been a great pleasure knowing you.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Sir, you want to buy a calculator?
Good Lord. How did you know that?
Well, you came into the shop to buy a calculator.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Can I show you some? Look, there you
Yes,
are.
please,
There's
yes.
one. Another one. There's different.
Do
kinds.
they vary in price, or are they different amounts?
No, they're different amounts.
Yes.
But they do vary in price. You want one of these calculators for your job?
British High Commissioner to the Bahamas.
Yes. That's a very high position, sir.
Well, it would have been if I'd have got the job.
You didn't get it.
No, I'm a plumber's mate.
Plumber's mate. And why do you want the calculator, sir?
For my wife. When she goes shopping, you see.
Oh, may I say supermarkets?
If you want.
Supermarkets. Good for you. That is thrilled. I'm thrilled. It's what you want it for.
Oh, is it?
Yes, your wife. I know. She gets to the supermarket. She gets to the end there. They give her that long roll of paper with all those figures on, and she doesn't.
She
know
doesn't
what-
understand that. That could be the third round draw for the FA Cup as far as she's concerned. She wouldn't know.
And that's why you want the calculator.
Yes, it is. Yes, of course. Yes. Is this one here?
Yes, these are calculators. All these. Have a look at them, sir.
Very kind.
And you can do something with them if you like.
Oh, Pardon? Do something with them, yes. You made that up as you went along,
Yes, I did, yes. Yes.
That's a good idea. Let's have a look now. Married, 15 years I've been married now. 15 years. 52 weeks in the year. 52 multiplied by 15. That equals 780 weeks. Now multiply 780 by 4. 3,120. That is amazing.
3,120 what, sir?
It's got nothing to do with you, that.
Well, sir, they're the calculators.
Yes, they are. How much?
How much?
How much are they? I'm sure.
Are you all right, sir?
I'm all right now. I felt better with that.
That one there, sir, is £10.
£10.
Yes, then there's extra for the charger.
I see.
And then there's the VAT.
Yes, of course. Well, how much is that in round figures?
In round figures. Well, why don't you add it up on your machine?
What a good idea.
£10.
That's a good idea. Of course it is. Yes. £10?
£10.
Yes.
Now, the charger.
Charger?
£2.75.
£2.75. Yes.
Don't forget the VAT.
VAT. Oh, that's fantastic. I'll take that.
How much is that altogether?
£332.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'll save a fortune with that.
Oh, of course you will, sir. £332.
If you've got any strength left, answer the door, will you?
Very Cliff now.
Tell him to hang on, and I'll sew some sequins onto your long johns.
Baby!
Hello, Ernie.
How are you, Cliff?
How are you, Eric? Look at that.
It's took off. How are you?
Oh, fine, thanks.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Sit down, take the weight off your latest release.
Did you make that?
It's a hobby of mine, yeah. Not very good, really.
You're joking. That's beautiful.
You think so? Yeah. Ah, well.
Hey, Cliff, let me tell you about my latest dance routine. Honestly, what happens is I come on, you see,
Look,
and I have to wait for the applause to die down.
I'll
Then I
be
do it.
with you in just 1 minute, Ernie. Only I've never seen workmanship like that before.
Nice, isn't it?
Fantastic.
It's a gift, I suppose, really.
Really?
Yeah. I got it from my dad.
Oh,
He was an engineer on British Rail.
was he really?
He used to weld the crust onto the meat pies. Specialised job.
Is it? And you've always made models, have you?
All my life. Made him from a kit. Trouble was, when I got to his legs, I run out of wood.
Well, I tell you, it's very good.
It's not bad, is it?
I mean, you can't see the join.
Can't see the joint. Did you get that one? You're not going to do a lot of jokes like that, are you? You know, I don't want there to be any friction between us, because you play your cards right, you and I could be friends.
Cliff, listen to this. This is the record that I thought we'd do the number to. Okay?
Yes.
Listen, listen.
All right.
Got myself a crying, hard to sleep in the morning.
Turn that rubbish off! I can't stand that fella.
Huh? Here. That was Cliff singing, you fool. You upset him now. That was him. Oh, I'm fed up with you.
How you going?
Hey, what's the matter with Eric?
Oh, he's in a bad mood. Ask him why he won't do the dance routine.
All right. Eric, why won't you do the dance routine?
Well, Cliff, you don't mind if I call you Cliff, do you, Richard? Well, I feel at my age now, only thing I want to do is smoke my pipe, put my slippers on, and paint me models.
And watch Match of the Day.
Didn't even know it was on.
Oh, no!
No, I did. It was on. I'll tell you that, Sunbeam.
Match of the Day is on the
Nothing to
television.
do with me. Didn't even know about that.
That's why he didn't want to do the dance
No, it
routine,
isn't.
you
I just
see.
want to paint my models. that's all.
Typical, Eddie. You're like a 6-year-old child, you.
Shut up!
Shut up, you see? Shut up! Shut up!
Come in, B for Charlie. Come in, B for Charlie. Find this at 6 o'clock. Find this at 6 o'clock. The arch is 6:45.
Quick, it's no good. It's no good. We've got to have the three of us to do the dance routine.
I know.
Now, can't you persuade him? Go on, ingratiate yourself. Go on.
All right, Eric.
Yes?
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Look, why don't you do this dance routine as a special favour for me?
Well, seeing as you put it like that.
Oh.
No.
I knew he'd say that. I knew it.
But for you, I will. Just for you.
Now, this should be good.
I'll show you. You're in for a treat now.
Right.
You watch this. You watch this for dancing. You're laughing then. You're laughing then.
That was really fantastic. I mean, you shouldn't keep a talent like that to yourself. I mean, that wasn't dancing.
What do you mean it wasn't dancing?
That was leg poetry.
Leg poetry, eh?
Yeah, you make Pan's people look like a gang of navvies.
There's no answer to that.
Hey, look, you know, your dancing ability has been well fostered. It's pretty obvious to me that you have been nurtured.
Isn't that what they do to tomcats? So, yes.
Listen, the world has a right to enjoy your talents.
Well, I'm ready to rehearse when you are, Cliff. I don't know what he's hanging about for.
To rehearse what?
The number.
Oh, the dance routine.
Oh, yes.
He wants to do the dance routine.
Well, I'm going to move the table out of the way. I'll give you a hand. Just move it over there.
Right, this is what's going to happen.
I'll give you a hand if you move the chair. Just a little bit. That's enough.
That's it.
That's lovely, that.
Now, we're going to do this number, you see, where
Great.
you're in the front, you see, and we're doing...
Steady.
Oh, that's right.
All the same, these young people, you know. Never know.
Hey, Cliff, now this is the idea, you see. You're going to be singing up front, and we're going to do the movements at the back. Yeah, that's right.
Any particular song?
Yes, your latest hit, Living Dog.
Oh, yeah.
Hit.
Yeah. You haven't forgotten it already, have you?
It's on the radio all the time.
I'll play it for you.
Yeah, he'll play it for you. Just...
1, 2, 2, 3.
Yeah, well, it's in there somewhere, isn't it?
Okay, well, don't let's mess about. Let's get the rehearsal
Okay,
done.
you sing the song at the front, Eric and I'll do the movements at the back.
All right. I got myself
Hold it.
crying.
I wish you wouldn't do that. You're not giving me a headache.
He hasn't got one, has he? He hasn't got a microphone. He's got to have something in his hand, hasn't he?
True, yes. Well, I'll go get you one of
Yes,
these.
I mean, we've got to make it...
Testing. Hello. Yes, it's him.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, it's the right
Say
way.
with me.
I got myself crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living dog.
Yeah.
Got me the best to please and just got shoes. Living dog. Gotta go wild and satisfy my soul.
My soul!
Has he gone?
Hey,
He's gone. I didn't hear the door
all
slam,
right.
did you?
He's disappeared.
Now, Ernest, which were your favourites?
My favourite?
Yes, in the...
Well,
Sketches.
I think Singing in the Rain,
yeah.
from a musical point of view,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the best, because I think that had what we were all trying to aim at,
Yeah,
a touch of the Hollywood musical,
yeah.
sending it up, because nobody can be Gene Kelly, but you got very near.
Near it, yes, that's right. Yeah. I used to say that to people. I used to say, well, actually, it's quite a reasonably simple routine. They must have thought I was one hell of a big
But all those
but it
Kelly
was.
routines were
They were simple, yeah.
There's
That's
the
right.
camera work and the
That's
lovely
right.
music that Peter Knight wrote behind it, and all
Peter.
this kind of thing. And
Yeah,
it had it had charm.
yeah.
That's right. You weren't going out after big laughs.
No,
We'd had all the big laughs, you know, that Eddie had written these sketches and you performed them
Yeah.
beautifully. And now we came to the charming bit that still had great humour.
yeah.
And I love the Singing in the Rain. It just had warmth.
Yeah.
And I think from a comedy point of view, for a sketch or a written piece, I liked Nell Gwynn with Dinah Rigg.
Yes.
And you finished with a big musical number in that.
Yeah.
How can you believe me when I said I love you, that one. And that was done in Banbury Castle, if you
Yeah.
remember, on a very cold day,
Yes, it was.
right? And that had the comedy, which was quite a long sketch,
Yeah.
and also that lovely kind of while Razzmatazz dance routine tagged onto the end of it.
Finishing up like a cartoon. When we all
Yes.
went to bed.
And actually, I have a confession to make after all these years. You know when we were doing the routine Singing in the Rain,
Yeah.
and there was one sequence where you were holding the umbrella and you were spinning around the floor, right?
Yeah.
You had to spin around the floor. And when I was rehearsing it with you, I was showing you, you know, which way to go, and I threw the umbrella up with the idea of catching it.
Yeah.
But I threw it up and I missed the umbrella. And everybody in the rehearsal room laughed, and I didn't tell anybody that it was a mistake. I said, that's how it should go.
So we kept it in.
So I said, and that's what you do, Ernie.
That's what you
throw it up and just miss it like that. You said, and you said, very good, very good. Yeah. And that was a mistake. There was one time when you really caused me a lot of embarrassment.
Yeah.
Only one.
Well, I won't tell you about the others, you know, because I think there's a camera watching us. You know.
Yeah.
But I tell you what happened. It was the day we were filming the First World War sequence with Dennis Waterman.
Dennis Waterman. John Thor. Yeah.
That's right. And as you know, it was a very cold day, if you remember that.
Terrible.
Really cold.
Like a sandpit.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I was going up on a crane, if you remember, to get a high shot of you and Ernest
on the motorbike.
On the motorbikes, coming over a hill and going into a to some Germans playing cards. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And they didn't see you.
And they all went up in the air, and they all finished.
Right? And when I came down, it was you that said to me, you always look through that viewfinder first, don't you, of the camera, you know, to get your right shot. I like that, it's nice. I said, yeah. I said, I want to know what we're seeing. And that evening, when I went home, I didn't have my car with me because the car had broken down, right? And I came by public transport. So I got a lift back to the television centre from where we were filming in Hampshire. You remember those days?
Yeah.
And I had to get the train to go home. And when I got onto the tube, everybody is looking at me and smiling. I thought, this is the friendliest crowd I've ever seen. And one fellow winked at me like that. I thought, I'm in the wrong carriage.
Yeah.
And I thought, why is all this? And when I got home, I went to clean myself up, and I looked in the mirror, and I had a big black ring round this eye. And you and Eric had blacked, do you remember you blacked the
eyepiece?
The eyepiece.
Oh, yeah.
And I put my eye against
to it.
And
I never knew.
And I couldn't understand why everybody was smiling at me during the day and winking at me.
That's right,
I thought, this is a strange lot we've got here, you know.
Morning. What's that on your arm?
Wuthering Heights.
You want to get that scene to, it could turn nasty.
Ah, there's the book I was looking for. D.H. Lawrence.
Who?
D.H. Lawrence.
You know what the DH stands for?
No,
Dirty hardbacks.
I never knew that.
Okay, Kojak, you've been asking for this for a long time. Oh, loves you, baby. Jabba dabba doo. I've just killed Kojak. Can't eat that now. I'll have me apple.
Doctor's Pippin.
That's his problem. I've got an apple.
Well, say something for goodness sake. Look, what do you think of the outfits?
Fantastic.
Of course it's fantastic.
Who shot the couch? That is great. Are you in there?
Of course I am.
It's marvellous now, the clothing that they actually make for Action Man men.
Just serves me right for asking.
It is really.
You did give a compliment once, didn't you?
Only once. A vicious rumour. Started by someone with nowhere to live.
Move over. I'm going to write a play now.
Another one?
Well, I've got some spare time.
Yeah.
Spare 5 or 10 minutes, you know.
There's no good comedy shows on the BBC now that Percy Thrower's gone. Said here that the BBC's going to do a new series.
Are they?
All about honeymoon couples.
Oh.
It's called Upstairs, Upstairs. Jim will fix it.
Jim will fix it?
And he has. He's got rid of Abercastle. Hey!
What?
Your favourite programme on tonight?
What's that?
The Wonderful World of Disney.
The Wonderful World of Disney?
Yep.
What's that got to do with me?
You might see your dad.
Give me that newspaper.
Get off.
Give me
Get
that.
off. What do you want that for?
Well, it irritates me, that's all.
You've been posing again for those adverts, haven't you? That's what you want this for. You've been posing again.
I haven't.
Ex-naval officer's underwear. You've been doing that again, haven't you? Stood there in your long johns with the escape exit at the back. Shouting Geronimo. I know about you.
Your flat shut. Give me the paper.
off. What do you want this for, anyway? You've been cited or something?
What?
Have you been cited? I bet you've been cited, haven't you?
Well, of course I have. People see me every day.
Has the Queen Mother come in?
No!
Look at that, then. Give me the apple. What was on your mind?
If I give you the money, will you go to the pictures and come back in about 3 hours?
Oh, I've seen them all. Seen all the pictures.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, knowing you, I suppose you've seen that double X at the Continental.
I'm in it. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Nope.
Frankenstein's return.
Give him my regards when I see him.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going anywhere.
Well, I'm happy.
Well, you don't realise this is a great moment for me.
Really?
Yes, a very proud moment.
Oh!
I've had this letter.
Yes?
This is the pinnacle of my career.
You've passed the audition for Crackerjack. Have you failed again? However, I don't think I'll bother doing that.
This is a letter from a firm of publishers that publish books talking about my book.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Favourable?
They think that I could become another Somerset Morgan.
Who?
Somerset Morgan. He wrote War and Peace by Tolstoy.
I didn't know that.
You know nothing about literature, do you? Just you read that letter.
Do you want to hear this?
Yes, please.
I can't read that without my glasses.
You must be getting old. You must be getting old if you can't read that without your glasses.
You read it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what are these?
Yes, please. I still can't see it. Oh, here we are. Dear Mr. Wise,
I mean that most sincerely.
Dear Mr. Wise, I've read your work, and in all my years as a publisher, I've never read anything quite like it. To say that it is verbal compost would be an understatement. Verbal compost! What a compliment that is. Isn't that marvellous? So thrilled.
You're happy with that, eh?
Oh, yes.
Verbal compost.
Verbal compost.
Well, as long as you're happy, that's the most important thing.
True. As a matter of fact, I've got a lady coming to see me from a well-known woman's magazine.
Really?
Yes. She wants to interview me and do my biography.
Good Lord.
A guide to young writers.
I don't want strangers coming in here and telling me how good you are. I know how good you are. You have written more belters than John Wayne shot Red Indians. I'm telling you that.
Well, she should be here any moment now.
Oh, good.
Now, you won't interfere, will you? You'll keep out of the way.
Well, out the way. All right. I'll just clear this.
You'll only
In
be
a couple of minutes.
Right, oh, about a couple of minutes.
Got time to write the play, then?
Yes, I've got time to write another play. Put that whiskey down. Private Eye, Hank Nolan, pulled down the brim of his hat.
I'll walk straight into a lamppost.
Well, people used to say to us, how do you get all these big stars on the show? Well, I really haven't got much of an answer for that. We used to ask them, and somehow they had enough confidence or bottle to come on the show. Peter Cushing was one of the first ones, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I remember him because he was a very elegant man, you know, he used to wear gloves and
white
things.
gloves.
Yes, that's right. And we did King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table.
That's right.
And that was where he never got paid, started. And we realised the value of that. It went all through the series about he hadn't been paid. And then there was Eric Porter,
That's right.
the actor, who did If They Could See
That's
Me
right.
Now.
That's it.
And he'd never danced before.
No, never.
And you, Ernest, got him moving, didn't you?
Yeah.
And everything.
I think that was one of the great things, was that the public saw people doing things they didn't expect
Well, yeah,
to see.
well, that was the key factor, wasn't it? We used to find out in secret, like Angela Rippon. She said, well, I used to do ballet. And we said, oh, she can dance. And that's how we did the...
I think the other thing was as well, I mentioned Flora Robson before.
Yeah.
He's got these big names on, and the public would be going, it's Dame Flora Robson.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she'd do a funny line, and she would prick the bubble of pomposity.
Yeah.
And the public would go, well, she's just like us anyway.
Yeah.
And they'd take it to her heart.
Yes.
But the one I remember, this, I won't mention the name, or I'm not going to say whether it was male or female, it was rehearsal.
Yeah.
Now this star, and a big star, had an upset stomach. And this is true. Every 2 minutes, stop, back again, work again, excuse me, back again. And Eric said, I was like that a couple of weeks ago and I went to see the doctor and he gave me this pink stuff and it worked marvellously. And this star said, oh, I must have some of that. What was it called? He said, Elastoplast. I ain't going to name the star.
No, I don't.
No.
But we, Glenda, for instance, I know how that happened. She said in a newspaper article in the Times, I think she was interviewed, and she said she would love to do comedy. And Johnny Ammons phoned up her agent and said, would she like to come on the Morecambe and Wise show? And she said yes.
And then the film with George Segal.
Touch of Class.
Oh yes, she got Touch of Class.
And she won the Oscar for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when she came back and did Cleopatra?
Yeah.
And we were finding Academy Awards all over the place.
That's right. But you know what I found about when she got Touch of Class, you know, when she got the film? It says the producer or the director saw her on the Morecambe and Wise show and said, my goodness, she can do comedy. I'll give her the starring part in Touch of Class. Well, what I want to know is, what about us? We were doing the comedy, weren't we? He ignored us.
But all the stars that came in,
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember them coming up to me and saying, I'm going to dance, aren't I?
Yes.
They all wanted to do
dance.
that dance. I'm going to dance with Ernie.
Well, the chauvinistic thing was, I think, if you want, was that no woman could resist in a beautiful dress coming down the stairs with all these dancing parts. They couldn't resist it. It was absolutely...
But the thing that always astonished me was no matter how big the star was, we did have some really, the biggest names you can think of, they were terribly nervous. They were really
nervous.
You know, I've seen big world, you know, big stars, film stars, Hollywood stars, starred in Hollywood, pacing up and down backstage. They were on in 2 minutes, quite petrified, because they didn't know what was going to happen. They knew they'd rehearsed, but they knew that something else would happen as well, and invariably it did when they went on. It always did.
Well, I always remember Eric had a go at Tom Jones, actually, when he came on the show. He made remarks on the show, Eric, and he said, oh, yes, I managed to speak to him. He's covered in managers. He said.
That was a lovely line, covered in managers.
Covered in managers, because it was done like committee with Tom. To get them, we had a golden rule. You must come to rehearsal. I don't care who you are, what you are. If you don't come to rehearsal, you can forget it. Because otherwise, they try and do it by committee or on the phone. You know. They'll send somebody along. Now, what does he have to say here? And I said, wait a minute. He's got to come and say it. Never mind telling him and things.
Dinah Rigg, when she finished doing that dance routine in the castle in Banbury, she said to me, have we finished it now? I said, yes. She said, oh, can I come back again?
She was loving it.
Loved it.
And I know Shirley Bassey was annoyed on one of the shows because she had to come to Delgano Way, the rehearsal rooms at the back of Wormwood Scrubs.
Over the old folks' home.
All the old folks'
All the old folks downstairs would be singing, I'll be your sweetheart.
We used to come out after rehearsal and they'd all be in this room, piano going, I'll be your... And we said, we'll be joining them one of these days.
off my home and left me with an open house. And all we are left with is one Sopwith camel and nobody to fly it. I'd go up there myself if it wasn't for this damned leg. Oh, it's not mine. Oh, darling Yvette, what would I have done without you? Soon I'll be returning to England and take you home with me.
Major, I adore you.
Quick, in the cupboard.
Every time.
No, just you. Oh, before you go, just feel my leg.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Nothing, I just like it.
Come in. Morning, Major.
Ah, good morning, Captain Knee Trembler. Any news?
Yes. Oh, bad, I'm afraid. We've lost Lieutenant Makepeace.
Good God. Not shot down.
No, a naffy pork pie.
Oh, my God.
That was frightening.
The whole squadron's crumbling in front of my eyes. When's my replacement arriving?
He should arrive any moment. They're sending the most experienced pilot in the Royal Flying Corps, a Lieutenant Partly Stoned. That sounds like him now. He's just coming in to land.
What did you say his name was?
Partly Stoned.
The way he's just landed, he must be.
Come in. Lieutenant Partly Stoned, reporting for duty. I'm sorry about the bumpy landing, sir, but I got my joystick caught up in my jumpers. That's nasty at my age. Welcome. Really cut the flaming thing off, can I? Hang on, Major.
Thank you.
Keep going, Major.
Thank you. So,
Yes.
you're my new replacement, are you?
Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes.
But you're just a kid.
This boy's a fool.
I see you have many decorations.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm terribly proud of them all. Well, the DSL, the DCM, the DFC, the RFC, and the AFC. The proudest one of them all is that one.
Are we glad to see you?
What? I'm going to give you steam a plug.
Are we glad to see you? But in a bad way.
Well, I haven't been on for 5 minutes, have I? Let's be honest.
Tell me, has your equipment arrived?
My equipment arrived when I was 18.
I'm talking about your flying equipment.
Oh, that? Oh, yes. I have the best book ever written on flying. There you are, sir. Biggles Goes Bent. Would you care to borrow it?
Oh, how kind of you. Thank you.
I have heard, yes.
Have you got the dispatches?
No, no, no. I always walk like this. Answer that. It could be the phone.
Captain here? What?
Captain here, what? That's a strange name.
Knee Trembler.
Well, that's very kind of you, sir, but can I get my goggles off first?
Gentlemen, I've got some wonderful news for you.
Des O'Connor's got a sore throat.
The Red Baron has been sighted and is about to attack the airfield. Don't panic!
What? You check the aircraft ammunition, and I'll check your Vickers.
Sauce box. I'll go and service the camel.
There's no answer to that.
Quick, there's not much time.
Of course.
Only just one thing.
Yes, sir.
Don't open that cupboard door. I have some personal knickknacks in there.
I wouldn't dream of doing that, sir. I am an English gentleman. I can see the nicks, but where are the knacks? Who are you, young sir?
I am Yvette.
Pardon?
I am a vet.
You mean you look after the animals?
No.
Oh.
I am in love with your major.
Major?
Frequently.
It's all too fast for me. It's too basic for me.
But suddenly,
Yes?
I realized, looking at you, that he means nothing to me.
Nothing!
Nothing.
You're a fine actor, son.
You are so handsome. So virile. So young.
Ern?
What?
Am I in the right play?
Just remember your lines, that's all.
You saved that one up, didn't you? I must be honest. I have a confession to make.
Really? What is it?
I will tell you. I'm not interested in girls anymore.
Why not?
Well, I think it dates back from the time that my braces got caught in the propeller. I've been going around ever since, you know. That was like a joke. But not a lot like one. This is no time for dalliance. No time for lust. No time for love. It's time for a good joke, but we haven't got one, so there. I shall be up there challenging the Red Baron.
Can I take off with you?
Ready when you are, Polly.
Hey, it's all going on out here.
It's all coming up in here, then. Quick, into the cupboard.
But wait! You must be hungry.
Starving.
When you return, I will have something hot waiting for you.
On the kitchen table?
But of course.
You can't say fairer than that. It was the other leg. What? It was the other leg.
The other leg?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now listen to me, men.
Yes.
Now is the moment of truth. Somewhere out there is a man we must meet.
Yes.
The master of the skies. The undisputed ruler of the heavens.
Not Jess Yates. Almost a lot.
Stars on Sunday.
No, the Red Baron.
Before I go, sir, I have a special request.
Put it on a postcard, address it to Open House, BBC, London W1A, 4WW.
4WW.
Oh, WW. It's a WW show.
Yeah.
What do you think of it so far? Rubbish.
He's the Red Baron.
You swine.
Come on. Right. I'll give you a hand here. Don't take wait for me. Come on. Hey, wait for me. Stop. Oh, no. No. What? Move. Look out, I'm in front of some other with you. Look out. Come on, you fool! What's the matter with you? Stop arguing! Give me a hand! Right!
Lovely. Fine.
The other way round! Come on! Right! Look out! The Red Baron's going to attack! Where? Over there!
Next time.
Yes! Look out! What? Get back!
I've got news for you. I'm beginning to feel slightly Uncle Dick. Slightly, eh? You did that beautifully.
Look out! Here he comes again! We've beaten him! We've beaten him! We've shaken him off!
We won't see him again.
No, we won't
see him again.
below us! By golly, he's close! Yes! You're right! Quick, drop a hand grenade on him! Right! Go, that's it! Go on here! Right, drop it on him! Don't worry! Pull the pin out! Drop it up! Don't do that! I don't want to... We won! We've done it! We won! Come on! We shot the red baron from the sky!
Well done, you brave lads! You've driven the Red Baron from the skies. And they've done well. Now let's meet the lucky winners. Well done, chaps.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Must have been tough up.
I was tough up there. They thought they had us, but I managed to pull my throttle out.
And that's enough to frighten anybody.
Well, partly stoned.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm proud to have you as my replacement.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now I can return to England with a light heart.
Yes.
And marry Yvette.
I'm sorry about this.
Do you mean that you, and you,
Oh, yes.
and you?
No, nothing to do with me.
No, it's never been.
Yvette, is this true?
Yes,
But do you really love him?
I certainly do. I know that what is inside here is real.
That's a relief.
Wish me joy, Captain.
I wish you
Thank you, Major, for all you've done.
Rise, Sir Ernest.
The reward side of the shows, from my point of view, and I'm sure it must have been the same for you, was that first of all people came up and said, thank you very much for all the wonderful entertainment you're giving us on television. They did it quite out of the blue, in the street and everything. And also the thrill for me was when the show was in the can, that was to breathe a sigh of relief, and then wait for it to come over, and knowing deep down it was a good show. You felt it was a great show. So when you were home and waiting for it to come on, and then it came on and it all came together and you had your, whatever, your drink, or I used to smoke cigars in those days, that was my treat. And then sit there waiting for the phone to ring. And then the phone used to ring and you'd go and answer it and it'd be somebody said, that was a good show, that was a great show. You know.
It's a wonderful, we all need the pat on the back.
Except once, love that on the back. Except once I answered the phone and the person said, that's the biggest load of...
There's always one of those.
There was, yeah.
You didn't recognise my voice then?
I don't know it was. I've been trying to find him ever since. And then, of course, we got the awards, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which were marvellous.
It's nice to know that you've had awards from your peers.
Yes, which, coincidentally, actually, I brought one
You
here.
just happen to have it with you.
Yes, that's the BAFTA award,
Yeah.
and that's 1963. And that was the first one we ever got.
That's right.
That's early on in our career.
sure.
But what I remember about it was we were on the stage and we were getting the award, and suddenly there was a kerfuffle in the audience, and the news had just come through on the wire that President Kennedy had been assassinated. And so I always remember that award. And then we got some more of these. We got another one in '73. We got a lot from the Variety Club International and Variety Club and the TV Times. Quite a few awards. And you got awards, didn't you?
Yeah, I just happen to have mine.
You haven't, have you?
Oh, yes, just, I tell you why I brought this.
Oh, yeah. I
Because-
always liked those.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you why I brought this is because that BAFTA told me that they modelled this from one of your photographs.
From one of my photos.
Yes. So I thought it was very, very nice.
He's
of
good
them.
looking, isn't
yes.
he?
Oh, yes, good looking. Yes.
And what is that one? Is that BAFTA?
This is a BAFTA award. Yes, this was 1978.
78?
It was 78 for the 77 Christmas show.
Is that right?
Yeah, and that was for the show with Penelope Keith.
77?
And, and There's Nothing Like a Dame.
Yeah.
All with the newsreaders. So
Well, I always
it does look
liked
like you, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's a bit
And they
like
also-
the old...
And they used to give people a ceramic one, didn't they? A sort of... I always wanted one of them.
Those, a ceramic
I like
one.
something, you know, you could keep.
But can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
At the end of the show,
Yeah.
when you know, thank God, that it's been a great show,
Yeah.
did your eyes ever go moist at all? They used to with me.
I tell you what I do remember vividly. One Christmas show, I had flu.
Yeah.
and I was ill in bed, and I was very bad with flu. You know, it was one of those where I was in bed and really bad. And I struggled really hard and got myself on my feet. I came to do the show, and we started the rehearsals and everything. And then Eric came down with flu, and he went home. I think Billy Cotton took him home. And I remember we sort of knitted a show together.
That's right, I was panicked.
From rehearsal,
Yes, we did.
and from I managed to get a Christmas show.
Yes.
And I can remember I went home that night and walked along in tears. The frustration of not actually to work like that and not get it in the can broke my heart.
Yes, all those months of work
All that
leading
work
up to that show.
and
No, but I meant tears of emotion because it moved you.
oh yeah, well I'm like that.
Well,
I'm a romantic.
I think to be in comedy, you have got to be emotional.
Yeah.
Now, speaking as a writer, you have got to be emotional.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't understand what emotions are, you cannot write.
Yeah.
You have got to understand. You've got to be an emotional person.
And you've got to be emotional about the subject that you're doing.
I can look at things on the news, I'll switch off quick, because I know if I watch it any longer, I'll be in tears.
Yeah.
So I think we are all emotional people. Otherwise, we would not be performers. But here's the comedy.
And an epitaph. We were talking about an epitaph, weren't we, earlier on?
Yes.
What epitaph would I... Well, the one I would like on my tombstone, I know this is rather macabre way, but is the speech that Janet Webb used to do at the end of the show. Do you remember that? I'd like to thank you for watching me and my little show. If you enjoyed it, then it's all been worthwhile. So, until we meet again, goodbye, and I love you all.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.
I'd like to thank you all for watching me and my little show here tonight. If you've enjoyed it, then it's all been worthwhile. So until we meet again, good night, and I love you all!